Hi, this is BC Rigger, and I was going to do a rambling by the river. It's January 2nd, 2019. And actually, the river's not flowing all that fast for this time of year, and it's not raining, so I wanted to talk a bit about an experience I had and use that as a metaphor for navigating the faster clip of energies, the faster clip of unfolding, the faster clip of revealing, the faster clips of, wow, I didn't see that coming, or that, or wow, or that. So that's where we're in now. That's what's happening now. Not only in a perspective of out there, but absolutely of a perspective within each embodiment here. And so the metaphor, just to set up, was the Eagle float trip that I went on last week. And it was really cool. It was something that I've wanted to do for a long time. Actually, ever since I heard about it when I first came to the Pacific Northwest about eagles and this time of year and so on and so forth. Anyways, everything aligned right and I could do it, so that was great. And when I started out on the boat, it's specifically for photography. So the boat is set up, it's a flat bottom boat, and there's low swivel chairs that can kind of swivel most of the way around, except your knees will hit the gunnel of the boat, so you can't turn that way, you gotta spin back the other way. There's a guide who's actually an amazing guy, one of the owners at what he does. Not only does he navigate and take care of all the people, it's snowing and raining and 35, 6-ish degrees, and you're on a fast, not this river, the Skagit River, you're on a fast moving river. And so he does all that, you know, but he's also guiding and get you to the eagles and do different things with the dead salmon that have floated to the bottom. Just put some on the beach so that the eagles can get them because they missed them when they were spawning. But he's got to navigate so that when you're coming, and they don't do anything to disturb the bridge or anything, but when you're moving and the water is moving, so the boat is going up and down like this, and the boat is going like this, and he's moving it different ways, and you've got a camera and a very long lens, and you're trying to get a nice, still, clear shot of, you know, the eagle, or there's other birds there. So as they're coming in, diving for something, the eagles, or coming into land, or if they're interacting, the other eagles are interacting with each other because there's only one salmon on this particular stretch of beach, and each of them wants it, so you've got 10 or more 12-foot wingspans, and they're going at each other, and the boat's going like this, and he's got to maneuver in the currents. So anyways, he's got to make it so that he can do the best job he can. Like if there's a pan, if an eagle's taking off, the photographer is panning as the eagle makes its progression, and the boat, to prolong the ability to take shots, he's got to steer the boat smoothly, going like this, to pan the boat. So in other words, he's panning the boat in mirroring of the photographer that's panning the camera. So just that alone I thought was a fun, fascinating dance of and a metaphor for working in concert with one another in a way that's incredibly intuitive, in a way that you're energetically in sync. So the river, the boat, the guide, the photographers, the eagles, all of that is this wonderful dance of co-creation and an experience that's happening on quite a wide range of levels. Yes, on the most linear level, it's salmon spawning time, and there's lots of salmon, and they're creating the new batch of salmon, and the eagles are hungry, and it's good picking. Okay, fine. Well, it's much more beyond that. So what I wanted to use, that's the kind of the scene set. What I wanted to use was the metaphor, describe a bit for translating into the different energies. So for me, at the beginning of this trip, I was very excited about it. I finally matched up a small window of time with work and everything else and availability on the trip. And so there was part of that linear, this, I only have a little bit of time and it's the time, and if I miss this window, okay. So that's a good part of the metaphor. The other part was I'm a pretty good photographer. Not extraordinary by any means, not to the level of many other photographers out there, or even ones I grew up with, but pretty good. And I like to do different things, but I do a lot of my photography, pretty much all of it, where I can be completely in the zone with me and Keegan and whatever else it is. I do a lot of action shots. Anyways, so that was different for me. Here I'm in a boat, and because, and I know this is part of the, part of the cosmic setup, the boat was supposed to have 6 guests, myself and 5 others, on the float, and then the guide. And all of a sudden, all of them, except for me, at the last minute, canceled. And it was just me on the boat with the guide. Which was very cool on so many levels, and at the very beginning, a little bit challenging, because now there's me and the guide, and I don't, it takes practice to get the shot of the eagle coming in, and anyways, I'll navigate all of these different things, and so he's working a little bit harder to make sure that I can get it. I'm thinking, wow, I'm not doing this fast enough, or he's going to motor drive the camera, or the camera's clicking enough things, and is he thinking, gosh, so all of these kind of linear things were going through while I'm doing what I'm doing, which is hanging out with the eagles, and it's gorgeous. The other part of the metaphor is that, yes, so you're working hard. So you're sitting in the chair spinning, it's 35 degrees, it's raining at a pretty good clip, and then snow comes in, the wind is going, the water is rocking, and all that kind of stuff. And it's absolutely gorgeous. The range of mountains, which would have been this way if I'm looking to the north, and all the conifers the tips are kissed with snow, and then even though it was mostly overcast like this, the grays and stuff, and the different lights and stuff, and the eagles talking, a whole bunch of eagles roosting in the trees, and some coming down. There's golden eyes, which are kind of duck, great blue heron, other Tweety birds and stuff, and it's just beautiful. So yes, I'm supposed to be, enjoying or working and getting on it and getting the shot, and this nice guide is, doing his damnedest to get me in the right place for the shot, and I'm loving that. And part of me's going, I just want to be here. I want my doing to be being, and just absolutely enjoy it for a moment. So that's where having a boat full of other people, I think, may have been a little bit more helpful, because he would have focused on them and they would have done them, and I could have taken a moment to just be. But anyways, it was perfect that way. So all of that brings the metaphor for now for different people in navigating the changes that are going on within them, within the totality of them, their physical surroundings, what's going on outside of them, what's going on with the interactions that they're creating and choosing with other beings. And if you have been working on playing with, flowing with the changes that are going on within you, the noticing of the shifts in energy frequency, the notice in consciousness, the notice in things that seem to be the way they always were, and those are falling away. The scales are falling from your eyes, and you're clearly, effortlessly seeing things that were supposed to be a certain way, and you realize quite easily they're not, and that begets more of that. So you have a certain way that already you're flowing and navigating with yourself, and then all of the other things that come into your field. And with this new up jump, with this new expansion, and the clicking over, it was the 31st, around the 1st, there was a big click and change. For me, it was audible. For many other beings out there have mentioned different things that in different ways of a big change. And see, he's just being his doing right there. And that's something more to navigate. The beauty of it, there's more richness, there's more things happening, unfolding, falling away, all of that. And one of the things that happens, that it did as in this example with the ego flow trip, is that we have a tendency to reach back to the way we were doing something, or tools we were using to navigate the changes, or feeling into how, something moved fast and it was complex and I was integrating a lot, and I flowed this way and I used these tools and I did these different things and it worked great, and now I can see similarities to all that flow and change and stuff, and it seems like I'm not firing on all cylinders. It seems like I'm missing. It seems like I should or could or be in the flow, and using what's come before as my snapshot. I'm just not getting it. Just feels kind of out of sync. It feels a little rough. It feels a little uncomfortable in the sense that I know I can do that. I know I've had success doing this, and it seems to be missing. The energetics seem to be missing. And again, using the metaphor of the boat trip, if you can acknowledge that, notice that, and then ease off on yourself and just be in that pause moment, that breath moment. And let yourself just, what I did on the boat trip was let myself, allow myself, and command myself to reset everything. Let whatever had gone before, as far as photography and all that kind of stuff, be there, be of value, be the floor, and then just open to what wanted to present itself. Yes, it's stuff I've said before, but when you're in the moment and things are moving fast and all of these energies are coming in and all the reveals are coming out, and the people around you who for a long time may have thought, you're a little are now starting to notice things and starting to connect, perhaps, or think about connecting again with you. There's a lot to process. So in that range, you were feeling into your own energetics and how you're flowing and changing, and now it's kicked up, whole galaxies worth of notches. So play with just taking that in breath, and you may have to do it a couple times a day, a couple 100 times a day. Love yourself, give yourself a break, and know that you've got this. So here's the fun thing. You have been prepared your whole life for these moments. And these moments are not just on planet Earth. And what is unfolding here is not just unfolding here and not just changing your physical body and all that, is the way things flow on planet Earth. So it's big and it's fun and it's really quite amazing. It's cosmically delicious. So rather than playing with the struggle, completely immerse yourself in playing with the allowing, playing with the honoring of yourself and all others, playing with the respecting of yourself and all others, playing with the love and connection with yourself and all others. Because now you discover, we all discover that that beauty of the singularity that is us and the knowing and the integration of self as other and all the different roles, all the different unfoldings that we see, feel, and integrate that's happened on all different layers. So go with the flow, create the flow, play in the flow, and co-create with others the finishing of the unwinding and the unbinding and bringing it all forward. I love you.